Has calling signals become more sophisticated now than it used to be?
Yeah, I think so, especially on the pitch calling part of things. You know, we refer to it sort of as a cryptex, and basically it's like kind of a crazy spreadsheet that these catchers, you'll notice in college baseball and you'll notice in college softball, where these catchers, will flash a series of numbers at them, and they're kind of looking at a grid and they go down, and it's, whatever, fastball in a particular zone or curveball in a particular zone. So I think that has become much more complicated. Offensively, there's some teams that use it. We haven't done that. We still have stuck with the old-fashioned sort of touch this, touch that, indicator type of stuff. But more and more you see teams just trying to hide it. I think that college players have to work a lot harder at disguising things that they do on the professional level, just because it's just such a part of our culture in college baseball to try to steal signs, pick signs, all those different types of things.
Well, you got more people in the dugout that could do that kind of thing, and it's a more sophisticated game than it would be at the amateur level, or at the high school or even the travel ball level.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly have more guys in the dugout, that's for sure. They're all college kids, so at some level or another, you think they're probably pretty smart. You might have a couple of them, It seems like every team has one or two kids who just seem to have some sort of innate talent to pick signs. It's really weird. If you were to ask me to try to pick it up. So you identify somebody that you want them to be doing that? Or? Yeah, I think some guys just kind of gravitate to it. Some guys kind of gravitate to it, and they're looking across at the opposing coach or whatever, and they kind of get a sense that they, whatever that bunt sign might be or a steal sign might be, and they, oftentimes they're right. I don't know how they do it, but maybe those guys should be working for NSA or something like that. But they're pretty good at it.
So if the trend is that they're getting that right, you're going to listen to what they're saying? Or?
Yeah, you might. Yeah, especially if they come up and tell you that, hey, they've got they think they have the steal sign, and you're in a plus count. You got a 1-2 count. You might as well throw a pitch out in there and see what the heck the deal is. Because worst comes to worst, it's 2-2. I don't know that you put that stock in there if you're in a negative count, like a 2-1 count or something like that. Now all of a sudden they're wrong, and we're looking at 3-1. I think that these guys have an idea of how to sort of pick it, and they figure it out.
I know that some programs, it's almost like football. You've got 2 or 3 guys in there giving signs. One is live, and maybe 2 are decoys. The player hopefully knows which one is live.
Yeah, well, we haven't kind of gotten to that level. We feel like with that little sort of cryptex thing with the pitch calls that we have 3 different cards. We alternate the cards each inning. So it's I don't think they can do that. They could certainly pick my signs. I think my offensive signs are all that complicated. But at the same time, it's still, you put enough in there, you put enough dummy signs out there, and if you get the sense that they're picking up on something, then you can just change the indicator up, so you can you have methods to sort of defeat them picking you.
Okay, as far as calling signs for pitching from the dugout, is that 100% at the D1 level? Do you think? Is there any catchers that are calling all the pitches?
I'm sure that there are. I'm sure that there's some places that still do it that way. At the college level, the college coaches are I would say probably 98% of them are calling it. That's one of the transitions that catchers have to make when they go from